welcome back. So you join us in qualifying for race 2, and James King was the victor in the first race there, and let's see if we can pick up a different winner for race 2. Get my overlays on, let's go. So there you go, we've got... So there you go, we've got Craig in the lead with 15.9. James King just a hundredth of a second behind him. Cluffy's doing alright there. So Cluffy, one of the founding members of REFE Motorsports with Si and Matty, who's watching at home. Cluffy's doing quite well, only a tenth behind Craig. We've got Side Vines up there. They've obviously found a little bit of pace in that first race. We've got Ryan, and now they're coming back up. Chris Slater's a little bit further down the order. Looks like we've not quite got Cole Scutt back again. It's a shame if Cole can't make it back in. Hopefully the stream's coming through for you okay. If you've got any issues, just give us a shout in the chat, and I'll see what I can do. I do like that livery you got there, Cliffy. Obviously Lightning McQueen and the street stocks. Actually, these are quite a rudimentary NASCAR. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat there. It's a little bit hot and dry today. Not quite as hot as dry as it would be in southern Motor Speedway there. I'm probably expecting 40 degrees out there at the moment. I think next week we're actually using Race Room, another sim that we're using within our motorsports team. Next week is, I'll just double check that for you and I'll get back to it. But yeah, I believe next week is Race Room. It's not all about iRacing. We use iRacing quite a bit because the physics are quite good. But the problem with iRacing, obviously, oh, Cluffy's had a mare there. He just lost the back end, a bit of a fishtail. He's taken a chunk out the wall side. Darren Berris coming through. No, so Craig, I think that's the end of the session. Almost, we've got 20 seconds left. Just enough time for another lap. But Craig is very much, he's set his lap time and he's very much out in the lead there. He's not going to set that any quicker. Cluffy's in the pits. Banyard's in the pits, I believe. Oh, Darren's had a moment. He's parked it on the apron. So that's it. We're finished for that session now. Let's have a look at the grid. So we're going to be having James King out the front there, Craig Durrant in second, Chris Slater, Cy Devine, Cluffy, Darren Berris and Matt Barnyard picking up the rear place there. So James did actually put in a faster lap towards the end there. He must have snuck one in right at the end. So again, once again, we're going to do a few laps behind the pace car, just to get us set up and then we're going to be heading off racing for another 15 minutes, so another 50 odd laps or so around this very short, very narrow little circuit. Just waiting for the final few cars to grid up. Car 25 seems to be, that Banyard seems to be suffering a little bit with his ping, we call it, pinging in and out. He's just obviously his network isn't quite up to where he wants it to be, and he's disappearing. It's going to be quite interesting there for Chris right behind him, because Chris is going to have to avoid something he can't actually see. Oh, I think Fluffy got a bit excited there and tried to give Craig a little shove off the line. Just follow Darren around. Let's go to our race leader, Mr. King. And his nice gold Simsa liveried car, Camaro there. These cars are really just a big tube frame and a body kit, a big fiberglass body kit. Really lightweight, loads of power, and really quick. This little track doesn't really do them justice. They they really want to be out stretching their legs on a much bigger track, but it's fun. It's all good fun. Okay. Oh, and I think we're away. Yes, we're away. Sorry about the lap in the corner. It will sort itself out after lap one. I'm getting a little bit dicey here, and Craig's at the inside. Inside of James. Is he going to make it stick? Is he going to make it stick? I think he is. I think he's got it. And Cluffy's coming up a bit. We've had a bit of practice now. We've had a little warm up in that race one, and we're getting some proper racing. James is good at the moment now. Much closer this time. Craig's just set the fastest lap of a 16.1. Side by side, Cliffy and Kingy are getting a bit close there. Kingy had a bit of a moment just on the entrance there. Craig's gone faster again in his clean air there. And Kingy's conceded defeat there and just dropped him behind Cliffy just to give him a bit of a toe and allowed him to catch Craig. Craig's gone quicker yet again. Still only a 16.1, but he is edging out those lap times ever so slightly. These three. Now last night, obviously, like I said, we went to Donington Park in the MX-5s with Cluffy. Cluffy's set the fastest lap. Oh, and he's lost it in the same place he lost it all those times in race one, and he's put it in the wall. That's so unfortunate. Now was there a little bit of contact? I don't know. I can't seem to get my. Let's go with Cluffy. Bear with me a sec. See if I can just wind it back. I don't think I can go that far. No, we just got him in the wall, so I didn't quite catch it in time. But next time I'll try my best to catch that replay. Let's go back to the front. So there's Cluffy. That was unfortunate. We were looking like we were going to have a really good race there with Cluffy and Craig and James at the front. As it stands, Craig is still leading the race with James just a half second behind him. Oh, where'd Craig go? Oh, he must have pinged out ever so slightly. Sometimes happens. Sometimes happens when we get really sad that Cluffy's going to be in the mix again now, but sadly he's going to be in the mix a lap down on the leaders. It's really unfortunate for him there. A little bit further back then we've got Darren Burris. Chris Slater is picking up third. Let's see how far back he is at the moment. It's got a little bit of a gap to the leaders, but with that coming up to past Cluffy, that may give Chris a little bit of an advantage just to get in and catch up with those leaders as they pass Cluffy. Not like that, Chris. Not going wide onto those marbles. That's not going to get you. That's not going to get you second place. In fact, that's dropped you back into Mr. Berris's clutch, and I think that might have put you in danger of Mr. Berris, I think. But Mr. Berris is being hassled by Si dividing the Apple liveried number 7 car. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on the front left corner. Yeah, definitely damage on the front left corner. He must have found the wall, or obviously another car a little bit. But he's not affected his pace at all. He's still holding pace really well. Hassling Darren. Is he going to make a move? Is he going to just watch him, keep an eye on him, and then make his little dive down the ends? Oh, there he goes. Down. Oh, Darren's cut the door off. Cut his nose off a little bit there. Like I say, Darren is a real life racer. He races in part of the 750 Motor Club. Regularly streamed on YouTube in his Lotus 7 V8 monster. And, quite interesting to watch how close they get. Certainly a lot closer than these two are at the moment. But Si just can't find a way past. He's just going to go wide. He's going to go try and get a slingshot. Yep. He's trying for a slingshot. He's just lit the back end up a little bit. Has he got it? Has he done it? Yes. Well done, Si. That was a good move. He started that about a lap earlier. Just went a little bit wide, caused a slingshot, got the inside line, and pulled it back. But now Darren's got the toe, which could be quite good for him. I think we're going to swap places a little bit with these two. So if you like what you're seeing, you want to come have a go with some street stocks around a 16-second lap, or if you want to come and have a go on Race Room. Race Room's a free download sim. You get quite a bit of free content. It's quite cheap to buy quite a lot more content. I think it costs about £8, I think it is, to buy a load more cars and tracks. We're going there next week, and if you want to come get involved with the RAF Motorsports, you can join us on our Discord. The link is on our channel, on our Twitch channel, and you can come and join the group. We've got about 70 members so far, and slowly building. This is our first kind of competitive race outside of the Armed Forces Racing Championship, but we are looking to plan a further championship later in the year. But for now, we're just going to have a load of these one-offs, weekly one-offs for a few weeks, just to have a bit of a laugh. So let's we've followed Darren enough. He's dropped off the back of Si there, and I don't think he's going to catch that back up. So how is our leader doing? How's Mr. Durant doing at the front? Craig seems to be sitting pretty out the front, although James is following him fairly close. Yeah, James is just holding back, I think. We're still about halfway through the race now, 27 of 55 laps. So James is probably just biding his time, just holding back. Craig's actually one of our. He's in the RAF Motorsports. We've opened it up to the tri-services. Craig's actually in the army, and he was one of our EAFRC racers. And once the season had finished last week at Silverstone, we opened it up to those guys just to come and join the fun. They do have their own motorsports, motorsports groups, but such was the group we had in the EFRC that they wanted to come and join us as well. And here he is. He's leading the championship in his nice dark green army liveried street stock car. Spitting out flames from the side as he just feather the throttle. So I was talking earlier about feathering the throttle. That's the beauty of these things. You just need to hold the throttle ever so slightly to kind of keep it in one gear. Just keep the back wheels from spinning. And you can see there with the flames from out the side, Craig's just ever so slightly feathering that throttle. Same with James behind him, just to keep it on the straight and narrow, or the or the oval. They seem to have got quite a lead over. There seems to be quite a gap now between these front two cars and Chris, who's 6.5 seconds behind, and then Sai is 9 seconds down from them. Once these two have got this little draft, they're kind of pushing and pulling each other along. It's a bit of a phenomenon that the car behind actually gets. The car behind gets a draft, but the car in front also gets some benefit when they're racing quite close like this. It takes the turbulent air away and actually makes the front car go quicker too. It's good that they've modelled that within iRacing. So you see there, James is just 28 tenths or 2.8 tenths behind Craig, just holding that position. I'm sure at some point, probably in the last 5 laps of the race, that James is going to make a move. Hopefully he makes a move which sticks and doesn't take them both out of the race. Matt Banyard must have had some issues, so we can see what Matt Banyard had issues. He's down 10 laps out of the race, so he must have had a bit of a crash there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my log. Oh yeah, he pitted on lap 22 for some significant damage. Maybe he'd already pitted and he didn't pick up his fast repair as it is on this iRacing simulator. Most of these drivers are racing with the steering wheel on a PC. Well, PC because it's iRacing, but they're mostly racing with the steering wheel and pedals. During our recent EFRC, James King was actually racing with an Xbox controller whilst out on detachment, and he was still faster than most people. Certainly faster than me in the MX-5 by about half a second a lap on an Xbox controller, and I'm sat here on my wheel. So he's clearly got some talent as James. Happy to have him as part of our team. I'm sure there are many more talented sim racers out there. James has come across from esports he's actually one of our new committee members. We signed him up just last week. Like I said, we've got about 70 members in the group now. Across the various disciplines, we've got PlayStation, we've got a few Xbox, although not many. So if you play Xbox, you play Forza, come and find the Discord, come and get involved, see if you want to get a championship going. We've got quite a few on GT Sport, and then on the PC we've got quite a lot of people who play iRacing, Race Room, and we've also got ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione, the GT3. We've got AC, which you can race pretty much anything on, providing you can find the modified files. It's a fantastic sim, AC. Obviously we've got F1 as well, and not forgetting our other disciplines. We've got Rally with Dirt, and Phil Hall is actually an MSA member. He's just recently, in fact this year, he's competing in WRC Junior, supported by Codemasters. They're paying for his seat in WRC Junior, and they actually won the Croatian Rally. Who's that gone off there? We've got Chris Slater has gone into the pit. See if we can jump to that. Where's he gone? I'm going to find Chris Slater. This is my inexperience showing with this simulator and getting this streaming going. Oh, there he is. He's just lost the back end. This is the replay of him going off. And he's mellow yellow. Very Tom Cruise, Chris. Very Tom Cruise. He's having trouble with the rear tyres. I think what's he's quite possibly run out of rear grip. There he goes. That was his off. Oh, and he hit the pit wall. Oh dear, that was a big one. He's caused considerable damage to himself there, hitting the end of the pit wall. It was rather unfortunate, Chris. Hopefully he's going to get his fast repair and jump back out onto the track. Oh no, he's still in the pits, so that's not looking good for Chris. But back at the front of the race, Craig Durrant is coming under pressure from James. I expected this might happen. He's under a lot of pressure there from James King. I expected in the last 5 laps this would happen. James is just making his moves now. 4 laps to go. So can James make his move on? Oh, did he tag him? Did he tag him? Let's have a look. Let's go to an instant replay. Did James King tag him? Let's have a look. Oh, my replay seems to have gone a little bit squiffy there. Alright, let's play this back. So, did James King give a little tap to Craig Durrant as he went round that corner? He's got very close. He's got very close. He did just tap him out there. Oh, James, that was a bit of a show. So James just tapped out Craig Durrant, and actually, it looks like what happened whilst I was sorting the replay out. Apologies. It looks like James has actually let Craig back past. Very gentlemanly of you there, James, to concede that you caused the incident, and you've parked on the racing line and just let you parked off the racing line. Apologies, and let Craig take that back. So there we go. Craig was a winner. Led the race pretty much from start to finish. Qualified the fastest. James came up second. Tried for the late move. Gave him a little nudge, but did the gentlemanly thing and let him have the place back. Darren Burris picking up third. Cy Devine in fourth. Michael Clough fifth. Chris Slater, after that horrendous impact into the pit wall, took his nose off there. He finished sixth, and Matt Banyard came up in seventh. So there we have it. There was race 2. So James once again quite dominant, but didn't quite get the victory for race 2. So we're going to have a little break now, and we'll be back with you very shortly.